This is Crypto I Don't Know. My name is Stepke. Let's go. Hey folks, welcome back. Okay, long time no talk. Let's go right into the shit because I have something to tell you about SwissBorg. So let's go here on the SwissBorg side. We are going to change to the tokenomics. So unfortunately, the site here is now on French. I don't know. I guess it's accidentally happening, but let's see. So let's start with the matrix and the tokenomics because what we can see here is that the ecosystem is growing, still growing, and we have a lot of news. And yes, let's go and start right in. So what you can see here is that we have locked CHSP tokens round about 16.5%, and in addition with 40% of CHSP staked in the yield program. So overall, more than 55% somehow staked or locked. And overall, still 3 million tokens burned, not more, because I mean, it's obvious the chart or the coin price is increasing, and the 20-day moving average wasn't crossed to the downside. This means no protect and burn happened because it's not necessary. And what we can see here, we have here waiting 1,400,000 US dollar waiting or ready to get burned in case the 20-day moving average is crossed to the downside. So this is really cool. And yeah, let's go. And what I want to show you is the smart yield report for February. What we can see here is we are still waiting for the BTC yield and the Ethereum yield and BNB yield and DAI stablecoin yield. This is for reasons because what SwissBorg has done in the past weeks was to scale up all the users. I mean, they started into the year with 100,000 users or customers. Let's call them like customers and not users. And now they onboarded, I guess, up to 300,000. So they also scaled up their customer service support because they started with 11 people, employees working on customer support. Now they have, it seems like 70 or 75. They have reduced the backlog hugely. I mean, they had a backlog around of 30,000 tickets or so. Now it's down to 3,000, I guess. So they are consistently improving. So let's go on. And then I will tell you more about this later. Yeah, let's see. So we have for now still USDC yield farming. So let's do a performance overview, but also a comparison to the previous month, the January. What we can see here are the matrix of the US dollar stablecoin. And yeah, so what you can see here is overall we have now 44 million in US dollar smart yield, and the number of users in smart yield or customers are 60,000. And when we do the comparison to January, then you can see we doubled the amount in smart yield for US dollar stablecoin. And also we have here around about 50% more users or customers. So in terms of yield or annual percentage of yield, yeah, we are going down. So we crossed down the 20% line, and here we are at the moment around 40 or 15%. It's near to the minimum annual yield, but I mean that's still okay, and it's a good number from my point of view. But What I want to show you is really something important, because the safety net was triggered the first time. I will tell you more about it later. But what you can see here is, so we have at the moment, I mean, you have to do the comparison. We have roundabout overall 44 million in US dollar smart yield, and we have a safety net of roundabout 8 million. Okay, this is really huge. And this is for the customers. And in case we have here losses or hacks or whatever, then we are able to pay the customers their funds back. Okay, or SwissBorg actually is able to do this. And in comparison to the months before, I mean, we had around about 5 million in this safety net. Okay, so the safety net is still increasing, and that's good, and that's because of the fees. And so you can see that SwissBorg does not only the protect and burn, they also, in terms of safety net and I mean, this is from the fees, so they are giving it back to the users or customers. So let's go on. So, and what you can see here is when you see the total US dollar stablecoin in millions, and what you can see here, we have more subscriptions than redemptions, and for that reason the amount of US dollar stablecoin in the Smart Yield program is increasing, and as we have seen it here, we have around about 44 million in US dollar Smart Yield, and I have at the moment also some 3-4 Ks in this US dollar Smart Yield. And let's go on. So what we can see here is the interest or the Smart Yield paid to the customers, to us, to the users. So around about 1 million or 800,000 from the staked US dollar DC here. Then let's talk a bit about the strategy optimizer. Okay, what SwissBorg is highlighting here is that they are doing the DeFi and they are using DeFi and CeFi to get those yields or returns. And what they are saying here, they are consisting. So what they are saying is the yield strategy is that they have to diversify into this numerous DeFi and CeFi projects or applications. But for that reason, they have on first hand they have to audit them, okay, to check the smart contracts. I have told about this in the previous video, and they have to do their due diligence, okay, in order to limit the risks for us. And what they are stating out here is that they have used 9 applications over February for the maximum diversification. And one of those applications has been replaced because of the risk management. And let's see. This is for February. In comparison to January, they have replaced Barn Bridge because, it's too much risk, it seems like. Okay. So, and they are talking about here the transactions into the applications, the DeFi and CeFi applications. They have around about 1,200. And 60% of those transactions or these transactions are related to the Binance Smart Chain. This is obviously obvious because the Binance Smart Chain is much cheaper than the Ethereum Smart Chain. What they are stating out in addition is that the transactions in and out, funds in and out into these applications, they are performed securely, and they have a double signature. yeah, for all transactions. And what's most important or most interesting here is about the transaction fees and the costs. So they had $20,000 of transaction fees or costs they had to pay. And I mean, even the majority of the transactions have been performed on the Binance chains. They still have this 20,000 of costs, and this is referred to the Ethereum increased costs by almost 100%. And yeah, of gas fees. And for sure, I mean, Ethereum 2.0 is highly appreciated because of costs. I mean, this is fucking up Ethereum for sure. So then let's go. Here you can see the allocation to the different applications here. Then you see here the Binance Smart Chain transaction amount. Okay, what we have here. Yeah, here in February. So for sure it's increasing on the Binance chain. You can see here the Smart Yield Strategy Optimizer total transactions for the Binance chain and for the Ethereum chain, and also in comparison to January here. Overall we have here, I would say roughly 800 Binance chain transactions, and here it was in January 350, so it doubled more than. And here we have 400 or 500 and 250 also doubled because of the amount. I mean, we doubled the smart the funds in the US dollar DC from 22 million up to 45 million. So obviously the transaction amount also increased. Yeah, and then the fees, I mean, it's nothing to say to this. So what we can see here, the current allocation, so for the 28th of February was round about 50% in idle and compound. So I mean, here this is the compound page, okay. But interesting here, I mean, this is idle, and so what you can see here, they show you the best yield, and you can use their platform to deposit here your funds, but for sure you have to connect a wallet. You have to do it for each single currency, so for the stable coin, for the US dollar stable coin, and so on and so on. They also do a risk adjustment, it seems like. But I mean, that's the advantage of SwissBorg. I mean, you don't have to use different applications and websites and then do the deposit for each or for your funds on the stable coins. I mean, this is SwissBorg doing for you. And I mean, this is a service, and I mean, they are doing a good service. And so I wouldn't love to do it here. I mean, everything manually. Oh my God, no, for sure not. So this is really important, guys, because for the first time the SwissBorg safety net was triggered, and you didn't notice it, and that's how it should be. Okay, guys. I mean, really. So let's go through it quickly, and then we will be right at the end of the video. Okay, what SwissBorg is stating here out is that okay, the Smart Yield program and also the Strategy Optimizer, they are currently concentrated in platforms with little exposure to DAI stablecoin, okay? Because this is related to the volatility of the Ethereum token, because it has led to risk management concerns with regards to the DAI systematic risk. They have evaluated it, and say, okay, we have to lower our risk, and then we will not use this anymore. So, but the safety net program has been triggered on the 9th of February. okay, because of an economical attack of BT Finance. And what SwissBorg is stating here out is that they had very little exposure to this BT Finance protocol. So this risk was fully covered through the safety net program. And I mean, they just lost only 90,000 here, $86,000. Yeah. And what they are saying here is that because of the increased use of the smart yield and the increase of the funds, the safety net program still experienced a net growth of this 3 million. Yeah, we have seen the growth up to 7.8 or so. Yeah. Okay, and then I want to show you something big and important, and it states out that SwissBorg is a great company and is doing the right decisions before other big companies are doing the same decisions or making the same decisions. And what I want to say is this one. PayPal acquires Curv. As I stated out before in the previous video that SwissBorg is relying on Curv. Curv is a most trustworthy platform for security reasons in the cryptocurrency business. And what is PayPal doing? PayPal is acquiring Curv. They are buying Curv because PayPal, they committed to be a big player in cryptocurrency. And what they need is they need a reliable partner where they can store their users or customers' money and coins and tokens. And because PayPal want to get their share from the cryptocurrency market, they not just decided to work with Curv or be a customer for Curv. They just bought the whole thing for, I guess it was around about $500 million. And this is a huge news because this, I mean, you know the phrase, not your keys, not your coin. I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist, but I can work with my cold wallets and I have no problem with it. But the majority of people out there, and we need those people for the mass adoption, they are not aware of private keys, public keys, and so on, and this stuff. And for that reason, it's really, really important that we have such companies like Curv, and that SwissBorg is relying on Curv. And what we see here is PayPal is acquiring Curv because Curv is a most trustworthy company, and so you know your funds are safe on the SwissBorg app. Okay, see you soon in the next video because I will give you an update on the premium tiers because SwissBorg is doing an update and it's coming soon. Very soon. Okay, this was Crypto I Don't Know. I hope you liked it. Then please like and yeah, drop a comment. Thanks.